We're gonna reach the stars tonight. Tonight.
Alright, cool.
Yeah, there we go.
What's poppin', everyone? I'm Katie the Bard, aka Nolan Rivers, and today we're with the ASHO crew. We're with Tuiji, Pyro, and Jack here.
Whoa!
Who's the protagonist here on the ASHO Podcast's first recording?
Why are there two bards?
You know what, Tuiji, you got it.
You got it.
So, as the second Nolan, that is completely the clone of the first Nolan, which is blue for some reason. We're talking about who is the protagonist. This is going to be scuffed, but it's whatever. It's the first episode.
Yeah, you gotta cut some slack.
I wonder how scuffed though.
Yeah.
I wonder how scuffed.
Yeah. So anyway, I'll start from left to right to what we have up and set. Oh yeah, by the way, by the time this goes up, Jack will be the newest member of ASHO.
Oh yay! That's me.
Round of applause. Round of
Well,
applause.
they
round of
didn't
applause.
spoil it like 100 times.
Do we pay him anything?
Do we pay him?
Wait, what? I was supposed to get paid?
Money.
Nah, you're intern.
Wait, what?
So you've been streaming for probably like a year at this point, and you started out with a lot of at the point that we started, we were just going through pretty much filler arcs to where we're just developing who we are, pretty much what of our protagonist story. So I'm just going to start from left and right with the group, and before we get into our backstories and pretty much what makes us. What do you think of as a protagonist, Tuiji?
What do I think as a protagonist? I think a protagonist is whoever you see as the main character. You don't have to be the main character of your own story, which is kind of sad to think about. But whoever you see as, that guy, there's always that one person you will always see as a protagonist. It may be yourself, it may be someone else. But it's they have that. And not every protagonist is the same. Every protagonist has their own kind of story. Obviously, they have their own kind of vibes. But then there's also a thing with every protagonist. It's not it's not the same with every protagonist, but you can feel the energy of a protagonist radiating from them.
That's cool. What do you think, Pyro?
Same as 3D, to be honest. The protagonist is whoever you see in your eyes.
And that's preach.
Yeah,
you can be the protagonist of your own story, or of another.
Or you could be a background character.
And so
you could be useless Miwa from Jujutsu Kaisen. She's still happy for who she is, and she's still my favorite character of Jujutsu Kaisen. And I bet some of you is wait, who's useless Miwa? Yeah, the blue head chick in the business suit that used to have a katana. Yeah, that one.
Up to the audience's interpretation.
Wait, didn't Mikasa break the katana?
Mikasa?
Mikasa?
I think that's her name.
That's not her name. It's Maki.
Oh, Maki. My bad. I make so many women up. That's crazy.
Didn't Mikasa? Hold on. Anyway. So
Ackerman.
But also, Jack, you haven't answered the question.
Yeah. What do I think is a protagonist?
Yes.
I think it's someone that the story revolves around. They're seen most of the time as the person that you'll if you name the show and ask for a protagonist, that would definitely be the main person. But I guess you could have more than one. Yeah. Depending on what it is, because would you say protagonist and main character are the same things?
That's a hard one because that would go into the definition of each word.
Yeah, because you could.
Yeah, and I don't want to look up anything right now.
Yeah, because
the protagonist is a leading character in the thing, but it's
so we're doing one individual character.
Yeah.
Is okay.
But then when you look up main character, it also comes up with a protagonist. So
Yeah, but the character can also be an antagonist at the same time also, because like looking at the protagonist definition of protagonist now is it's and it's pretty much named like it's the leading character of one of the major characters in a drama, movie, novel, whichever. And main character is just some that the story again, like you said, Jack. The story, what the story like evolves around, because like you can be the main character of the own story, but not be the one that not the one that works against like the world that they put in. Because anyway, every
Yeah.
character has something that they believe in, something that makes them makes them do what they need to do, have their own beliefs and what kind of goals they want to ascertain for themselves. It's sometimes,
but
yeah,
then there's also, with that in mind, you have to like there has to be a line between the protagonist and the antagonist, because let's say, for instance, like antagonist, you'd mainly think, oh yeah, that's a villain, right? But what if the story itself revolves around a villain? Does that make them the antagonist, or does that make them the protagonist? Since you're,
For example,
So, like-
Death Note. Think about that.
well, yeah, exactly. If the story revolves around the villain, are they the protagonist or are they the antagonist?
I mean, but as long as they make a bigger impact in the world that they're surrounded in, whether it be to the world affecting them or them affecting the world through their actions, then I feel like anybody can be a protagonist in there. It's what they see themselves as.
Yeah, but I also refuse. I also
Yeah.
refuse for that protagonist and antagonist bullshit that they did in Attack on Titan. But although I will say, good writing, but how you gonna have your
Good writing.
protagonist also the antagonist?
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, because I'm not gonna go.
I mean, it's like you'll never see that coming though, because like,
No,
are you ever gonna
maybe
see that
also.
coming?
Anyway. Yeah, so pretty much.
Okay, yeah.
I don't. Well, we'll probably done a few streams before, like. So in case of, so pretty much like we're going to use session to pretty much just go through the basics of like when we became the quote unquote protagonist of our stories, and I mean, personally, like I haven't. I mean, Power, I know we haven't like talked much a bit. So instead of just I'm just going to paint the order and just like start with you a bit to start this out. Cause I know a bit much about Luigi with his like character concept,
Yeah.
like putting together.
So when did you become a bad? So Ice, when did you become a badass? Basically, when when we were in the research facility.
Since
Yeah,
then
yeah.
on, really.
So just talk about your POV of what happened there.
POV. I've got it written down.
The slime diaries.
You write things, haha.
The
It's
frozen
not-
diaries.
Just the account typing is writing.
Yeah,
I don't even
Yeah,
like
okay.
watching the magic book I own. That just appears on itself.
true.
Is that the same? I got that at the same research facility Luigi got his phantom powers from.
Yeah.
There's like an archive like in one of the rooms. I know the one in particular stuck out, and that book was magic. Well, it's not magic
Yeah.
itself, but it's linked to magic.
And he picked it up, and lo and behold,
No, they told me to take it. I knew straight away that belonged to me in some way or another.
right.
I'll probably find out later down the road how that belongs to me.
You know?
Well, you are now a protagonist, so you got to go
Always
through a
had been.
journey.
So what you were like finding each other in like in the same like in the same like area.
So basically,
Yeah.
what happened was, Pyro and I back in was this elementary school? Yeah, back in elementary school, we were at a school trip, right? And then Pyro and I both separated at different times from the main group, and we found a research facility underneath where we were having a school trip because we were in a science lab, right?
Yeah.
And and we were just like looking around, being curious as we are. Pyro found his book, and then I found a 10-foot tall corpse of an ancient being, which was known as the Phantom King. I don't really know much about
10
him.
feet.
Yes, 10 feet tall.
Big man.
But yeah, so when that happened, it's almost like I was drawn to it, and then when I touched it, the corpse just started moving on its own, and made a huge gash in my left wrist, and then went inside of me. All of that 10 feet tall phantom went inside of me.
How's the transfer?
Yeah, but you didn't get any hype from
like
that.
how did it get? Well, no, like just, like how did it enter in? Like was it from like
from the huge gash in my wrist that it gave to me.
Okay.
And I was screaming, agonizing in pain. And then I just got knocked. And then I don't know what happened after that. I was knocked unconscious. Next thing I know, I was in a hospital bed, and I had a weird scar on my left arm. It was like it was weird because it was green in color, and then like I tried to like grab things, but I couldn't because
The
I became a
anticipation was
phantom.
immense waiting for you to wake up.
Yeah, maybe.
That first day I was a transfer to that school.
Yeah, that was your first. Yeah, well, quite a bizarre first day. Then from then, Pyro and I we kind of started talking more and more since we're in a similar boat of how we got powers, and now here we are.
Huh. So when did he find out that you were the one who had the power of the Phantom?
Well, what kind of happened was after the research facility, we saw each other. I saw him have the book, but he didn't see me have the phantom powers. But then he heard me scream in pain. Then that's when but this is what you've told me, Pyro. I'm not sure if this is actually true or not. I believe it's true because you said all the site research workers, they kind of like went around me, and then you kind of snuck back into the group, right? That's what you said?
Right.
Yeah, and then after I was in the hospital bed, and then from the hospital bed you came in, and then we were talking about stuff, and then I kind of showed you what happened, and then yeah, we kind of just became friends.
That magic book isn't necessarily my power. I already had a power at the time. It wasn't activated. Like everyone has a power that lies dormant, but mine was frostburn and it awoken like naturally. But that book is something that amplifies it and turns it into something more complex.
Oh, you gotta love complex things.
Yeah, no, I was just I'm gonna be real. I was powerless. I had no powers.
I mean, nothing wrong with being powerless unless you use.
There is nothing. I mean, it's nothing wrong with it until you realize that you're the only one in the class that doesn't actually have any powers, and everyone makes fun of you for it because you're basically weak compared to them.
Damn. Yeah, true. It's kind of like how power. It's kind of crazy. It's like power itself, like it instills pride, but you have to use apply that pride in ways that it could help society like positively. Like you're going to use your powers in a way that help benefits society or like it benefits yourself. But I feel like most people should benefit themselves. So, but like I do understand ways to where if you're elevated to some sort of height to where because like I basically hit like one of like area for example because he saw as like just a child that just picked up sticks like a childhood like a kindergarten kid for his parents and like. And then when he was in the long way, he got like the power of like Titans. Like people raised him up as like this freak, this like savior that's gonna break the walls and free the people. But then like went from someone that had nothing be elevated with all the responsibility. It kind of changed the person.
Yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah,
when going from no pressure at all, thinking you're nobody, to then having expectations, great expectations of you because of the power you have or like your bloodline, so those kinds of things. It puts a lot of pressure on you as a person.
It does. Okay, anyway, let's move on to a bit of Jack's story. Like, how do you become the person that you are with your axolotl thing?
Axolotl.
Bro,
you know what I said.
Axolotl, bro.
How you not know how to say axolotl?
I said what I said. Anyway.
All right.
Okay. Well, me? Well, that's a whole story. So I met an interesting individual on a boat because
that we all know very well. Question mark.
Yeah. I think you will know very well. So I was on a cruise that I don't even know how I won the cruise. I was just like, you know what? Don't look a gift horse in the mouth.
Protagonist powers once again. The look skill.
Only few have this lucky stat, aka Makoto Naegi, Nagito Kamaida, Kazuma Sato.
I thought it was a
actually know
furry,
what it is,
so I just left it be.
You thought it was a furry?
And I just left it be, and then I blink, and it's gone, and I'm like, well, that's scary, and I choose to ignore it. I go back, I go back to chilling, and then I hear a voice from behind me, and I'm just like, what the fuck? I look behind me, I see a very short fox bitch. And I was like, okay, this thing is talking. I don't know how it's talking, but I'm just gonna. And I asked them who it is, and they say their name is Lumia, and I'm like,
like Microsoft Lumia. Wait, is it Microsoft Lumia?
yeah,
or is it? No, there's a thing. Isn't there a thing like a really old thing? I don't know. If
I feel like that. I feel like it might be an old thing, but whatever. And I say to it, I'm not listening to no fox. And he said, Kitsune, mind you, know your place. And I'm like, I'm twice your size. We can throw hands.
More than twice.
And I'm like, I'm just gonna ignore this. I'm gonna go back on vacation. And then he says, how do you think you got here in the first place?
Ew.
Anime pause, and he was like, "You think you won some contest for real? Even I know you're not talented, but I can give you the skills to do so. Just come with me." I'm like, "I'm good." And then he leaves. The quote unquote kitsune walks off to another area, and they go away. And not even 5 seconds later, the boat starts to shake. And
that's not
I don't know what happened. There was no iceberg, so I didn't think it was the Titanic.
Luckily.
So, but then a giant mountain appears out of nowhere, and the boat crashes into it.
Wait, isn't this New York? How'd that happen?
This ain't. I was on a cruise, remember?
But
right.
What kind of cruise leads you to a mountain?
And then the boat starts to sink. Everyone goes into life preserves, but I trip, and everyone is gone by the time I get there. So basically, I'm the only one left on this ship, and it's about to sink.
Oh,
and I don't know how to swim.
Bruh.
So I'm screwed. Everyone is long gone.
What happened to your parents?
And
yeah.
My parents are at home. I'm on a cruise.
So your parents just let you on a cruise because you want it on your own?
Yeah.
No, there was a free buffet nearby that they went to chill out while you were on your cruise.
They were like, you're responsible enough. It's fine.
Not being Turner's parents.
They say responsible enough. Yeah, you say you can't swim.
Exactly. How would they leave you on a boat when they know you cannot swim?
That's kind of fucked. Anyway, you should continue.
And then
story.
boat sinks. I'm underwater.
Mm-hmm.
The words of Lumia echo in my head, and I'm like, I should have listened to the fox. I see an axolotl, similar to the color I am now.
Oh, really?
And I'm just like, huh? I've never seen one before. What a nice sight. My eyes close. They open. And I'm like, what the fuck just happened? I thought I was dead. Weird dream,
right?
Weird dream.
My hands are blue. Nothing wrong with that.
Blue.
Yeah, my pants are gone.
Yeah, no, just your eyes.
Pants are gone.
Just your eyes. You really and truly, you just fell asleep at home.
Yeah, really. My pants are gone. No underwear. Ayo.
That is awesome.
But it's okay. I can be naked. I still have my sweatshirt on though.
in this society.
I find a broken mirror under the water. I go towards it, and I'm like, "Oh my god, I'm a freak."
Who left that mirror there?
It's probably from the boat.
It's like the vents in Among Us where the people have random tennis balls and slices of pizza.
In the vents.
Oh my god. So and then I take off my hat, and I say, "I'm bald."
Oh hell no! Put the cap
Hey.
back on. Put it back on.
Yeah, and I put that
on.
cap back on
Not immediately.
immediately.
I'm
Oh,
bald.
look at him.
Exactly. I was
Cap.
pissed. I swim away because I could swim for some reason now, and then I hear that damn fox's voice again, and they were like, "I told you I gave you the power." I didn't ask for this shit, by the way.
Oh, yeah,
I would have rather died. I thought I was accepting my fate, but really, he was just trying to help a dude out, and I'm like, I'm just gonna have to live with this
Yes,
from
you
now.
are.
I'm just gonna have to live with this from now on. Now I can. Now I have to live underwater
Yeah.
for a while, and that's pretty much how I came to be.
You see, no one
I find out about my powers later, and then I meet Asho.
You find us. You caught us lacking in a picnic. Tried to snipe
Yeah, I
me
caught
as well.
you- yeah,
you
I
tried
caught
to
y'all
snipe-
lacking.
You tried to snipe me. Nah, not gonna work. Not gonna work.
Yeah.
I told Tweety to let the fish
Nice.
boil alone, and Tweety's like, no.
Nah, we finna
he
scrap.
tried to
We finna
he
scrap.
tried to hit me. He tried to shoot me with water. Nah, I ain't dealing. Nah, I ain't having that. I
He's
ain't
going
having
Kelly
that.
on.
Exactly.
With
Pretty
water
much.
sniper.
Just different.
Yeah, no, I had to bonk you on the head with my bastard sword.
Yeah, and then I passed out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And I woke up and
he was human again, right?
like and by the way, I had a tank on my head because I didn't want to die because I couldn't breathe on land.
Right, like Sunday cheeks.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
So
Okay.
you just had
But
a
like
bowl of water.
more will be explained later. I will find more about myself.
No one got my
Yeah.
funny joke earlier. I'm sad.
What was the joke?
You mentioned before that you were bald and then you put your cap back on. I said, you're bald. That's cap.
Bruh.
No.
That's like
No.
okay. Let's move on to so what's the next section of this? No,
yeah,
number two.
next.
I haven't even gotten my backstory yet.
Yeah, Bard.
You know,
Yeah,
right,
Bard.
Nolan
You go.
Nolan number two. What's your backstory?
Yeah. So
Nolan
Nolan
number
number two, the clone of
What's the
Nolan,
number
who
two
is
for?
also blue. Anyway, yeah. So pretty much like where I come from, like pretty much like I have like a casual life, a casual family, you know what, and pretty much the only person I had in my like close to my life was my sister at the time, because people usually don't usually talk to me unless I need something, but then over time I get popular at school, just being nice and homely to other
Cool
people.
kid.
And yeah, pretty much. Writing like playing music occasionally. It was a good time. Until we got like a transfer from like another school. And rumors started going around about him that he was some type of gang, but like he started coming up to me and my sister just trying to at least make some few friends, and at times like, you seem pretty cool. Maybe it's introduce us into the circle. And then like it became like the big three of the school that they're able to like help others in system and like defend against bullies and gives the school some credit. And like over time we end up being like pretty close friends and then one day, like when I was like working on like a English report, because I was about to graduate from high school soon, go to college and whatnot. Someone told me that my sister, he had seen my sister and him alone at one point. I ended up like seeing them, and then like told me that they were in a relationship at the time. And yes, this is gonna be important later, because apparently like one rule that my parents always told me was that like we were allowed to make all the relationships that we want, but not necessarily fall in love while we were in school, because education first, But I found that BS. But and since this is for like first hand of love, and like I want to at least give her something to be happy about. But then over time, something strange happened to where
Oh.
we ended up hanging out less and less, and then I ended up being like by myself, like isolated, and I was wondering like what was going on. Until one day, like I was trying to host a party at my parents' house because nobody's going to be home. So then she ended up calling me and said, "Yo, I know you want to make this party," but then she's not explaining why. I tried to get an answer out of her. She comes yelling back at me, like I did something offended her or something, but I didn't want to press it because I didn't want to damage the.
She's hiding something. She's hiding
Yeah.
something.
So then, I end up running the party anyway, and then I think like during the party when it was getting like 1 a.m. I think one of the buddies like came to me and said, "Yo, your sister's on the internet, and this is getting concerning." And like, what? Like, are you sure it's my sister? My sister wouldn't be because when it's a law abiding citizen, she wouldn't be like doing any crimes. Found out that like she got involved. Her quote boyfriend kind of brought her into a cult.
Oh,
You said what?
Yeah, so apparently, so then something happened that I cannot say because YouTube, but apparently
YouTube.
Haha.
she ended up being scarred, and I ended up like running to the house, up the house because I knew where he lived, and I was just squared up by 4 dudes who proceeded to beat me down while I was trying to run in the house, trying to save my sister, and all she could do was watch while I was being beat down, and come to find out like this cult was pretty much people that were searching for like the Scorpio King, which is pretty much like the ruler of all like emotions, and pretty much they wanted to
emotions.
Yeah, so pretty much like it'd be pretty much a person that could be able to take the power of emotions and make it into a physical energy to make it into a physical energy to where any like type of emotion, whether you're sad, angry, confused or betrayed, like he can harness that and use it for power. It's kind of like Open Key, but like it's more natural. Yeah. So then,
Interesting.
but the only way that can be able to draw Scorpio King is like with like like having creating a moment to where you're so no despair that like you're close to death, and in that moment to where not only that had my trust had been broken, that I had failed my sister, that had failed to notice all this, and that I was just laying on the ground just wishing that I had some type of ability to fight back, and lo and behold, the spirit of Scorpio King came to me, and soon after that, I rose up and took them all out. And by took them all out, I
Damn.
mean they were wiped out. I don't like, but except for the dude, which I don't know where he is to this day. Like maybe he's hiding now. He better, because
Are you on the search
We'll
for
go
him?
find him.
Yeah,
Ready or
I'm
not, here
probably-
we come.
yeah.
Yeah.
So pretty much like because pretty much like I was working as a criminal for a while until I met Jules Staten, which is better known as Safe Chan, who pretty much trying to tamper me down, trying to fuel my power because she is she's referred to as like a a silence scriber, to where like she is pretty much like so pretty much like she forms contracts with people to be able to better humanity and whatnot, and pretty much like a filtering system to where like if you're not being good into the world, she takes your soul and all your possessions.
I see.
Yeah, and she's meant to be like an attendant to like the OG King Scorpio, so it's King Scorpio, so it's a big deal, and like there's only like one of her like in the multiverse. So then there's only one book, one describer ever so often until they inevitably die. So I'm going on a tangent, but pretty much she pretty much taught me what I needed to know, and like sooner or later I craft my own weapon, my scythe. I can't remember the name of it right now. To where I form my persona as the bard, to where I judge swiftly and swiftly and beat people and ask questions later. Yeah, it was that rough.
Right.
And because I was sleeping there, I wasn't sure like where my sister was at the time, because after like I was on having a run, like of course I hear like bits and pieces of her, like pieces of like what's been going on in my life. But besides that, like I haven't been physically able to go back to my house, my home, because again, one criminal, because like it's really weird that you
Fair
see like
enough.
3 bodies laying down, like who killed them, and they don't know they're not gonna be just with that, because politics and everything, they're corrupt. Anyway, yeah. So then I guess like I said, well, besides all the details and everything, I ended up how I ended up with a show with y'all. It's pretty much like, I was just like alone in that apartment one day. So I'm gonna bring up DDLC, which was the worst mistake of my life.
Every
Because
day.
pretty much
When you walking down the street,
everybody
that's
me.
GD. I said, original content.
Ah.
Did I say? Okay, we should. Okay,
Am I
we
the only one
should
out of the
continue.
loop?
Yes.
Yes,
What?
imagine.
Wait. Okay, we're going on to that after.
Oh, anyway, yeah. So I ended up being attaching myself like to Yuri, and because he was quiet and intelligent, and I wanted to grow like that. And that's when Lumio showed up, say, "Yo, I see you were
Fuck your
funding-"
waifu.
Yes, yeah, exactly those words. And like,
Fuck your waifu. Fuck your life. Fuck your sister. Fuck your job. Fuck your everything. You're coming with me.
yeah. So pretty much, the also promised that I'll probably find a waifu in that world, but surprise, I ended up going on an adventure, try to get her back, but basically I couldn't bring her with me because even so will break that world and will cease it to exist, and she will be corrupted also to a point where she will be not a person I recognize. So to not only did I lose a friend, not only did I lose like a relationship, but I only lost one the I would say real people I fell in love with.
Damn.
Yeah, it's not
So
That's
forever the bachelor.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, so I'm pretty much here just trying to find my purpose and like just kind of hang out, just see where this route takes me, you know. And hopefully I won't be have my back turned on, because that would have happened. Like I don't know what would happen. What was he? Jeez.
This Scorpion King is intriguing me.
Yeah.
Bud, you and I might be not so or so alike. We might be alike.
Seems like
Not
that,
so
yeah.
different is the phrase, I think.
What's the phrase?
Not so different.
We might not be so different.
Seems that way
Right.
anyway. With both your kings, I guess.
Kings.
Yeah, you're kings. I can just breathe underwater.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like a whole tadpole next to what was his name? Poseidon? With the sports.
Poseidon.
Yeah. Poseidon.
Now I'm still yet to find out the origins of my book.
I'm sure you
Yeah.
will.
Yeah, sure you will. Yeah.
You'll find out.
Yeah, so that,
There's time. There's a lot of time.
yeah.
There's too much time.
Well, if anything, I think the thing that they say on this blog is that like, I think I think like each of those stories like stands out as like our protagonist moment, to where we realize like, yo, this is what I want to do. This is our goals, because I think like for you to read it, like I feel like it's you trying to find out like more about like the Phantom King, and then for
why
me,
he stabbed me, why I have the power. Although I have noticed something. The more I use the Phantom King's power, it's like the more control I get over it, because it's like hard to control. But the more control I get over it, it almost feels like I like almost experience the Phantom King's memories.
Oh,
Well, it's probably related to that.
Yeah. So
probably.
Don't forget about that tangibility factor too.
Yeah. Oh god. Don't get me started on how irritating, because I can't fully control it, right? So sometimes, like, let's say I'm like getting a drink of Mountain Dew, right, and then my hand just becomes intangible, so I stop grabbing the Mountain Dew and it falls down.
Bro, that's
Was it
tough.
open or is it closed?
It was open.
Just stop drinking it.
It was open.
Nits, Jack.
It's-
Don't let me throw you back into the ocean of lava.
So sometimes I have to plan ahead, and I have a straw at the ready, so I sometimes have to drink Mountain Dew out of a straw.
So here's the plan.
A metal straw,
If
by the
and-
way. A metal straw. We saving the
Hmm.
turtles. We saving the turtles.
Yeah, so
So here's the plan. If and when you resurrect the Phantom King, he owes you, or
Resurrect
they
the
owe
Phantom
you.
King.
It's a possibility.
Why'd I want to resurrect him?
So they can owe you the Mountain Dew that you dropped.
You know?
Obviously. Sounds like
yeah,
something you do
but
anyway.
I don't know.
Well, depending. Okay, will they even know what a Mountain Dew is?
Probably.
Yeah, because like we don't really know how long
An
ago the
all-seeing,
Phantom-
goal-knowing king of a species probably would.
Well, if they're 10 foot tall and a skeleton, I'm pretty sure there are thousands.
Although
Yeah,
I will say, looking at some of the memories, the Phantom King, like, sure, he was 10 feet when I saw him, but it's almost as if he shrunk himself on purpose.
To fit
Does
in
that
the
make
room.
sense?
Shrunk himself to 10 feet.
Yeah, because like, if I were to give a rough estimate based on how his memories were, definitely,
Yo, he must have had the fat. I mean,
it's definitely over like 150 meters tall.
that tall.
Yeah.
He gets all the women with that.
Anyway,
You
yeah,
He
know,
gets all the
Phantom.
phantoms.
I don't think I would want the Scorpion King to come back either, because like I don't because I didn't know him, but from what records that Satan has from like the past Dune scribers, he wasn't a pretty rational dude. And for him to come back, will possibly bring the end to existence.
Yeah,
Possibly.
and I don't like the idea of the Phantom King coming back to life and him trying to enslave everyone. Since you
Yeah.
think,
Yeah, that's not very fun.
No, it's not.
Um,
It's not very good. Not very. Fun.
It's not very pog.
so I don't think
very fair.
resurrecting. I think we should be the New Age King's Bard and set
Yeah.
things right.
Yep.
I might. Okay. The way I'm going, I might be the king of the sea.
You know what?
Because
You
sharks ain't
going
got
overthrow
nothing on me.
Poseidon?
Yeah, fuck Poseidon. I can.
You're gonna
save him.
rule with like a trident.
You're gonna get.
No,
a
I
trident?
don't need a weapon. I got these hands.
Them
What
hands.
What's up?
That's what
Uno
is your
and
power, by
dos.
the way?
Yeah.
Okay, my power.
Yeah. What can you do?
Okay, so my powers are kind of complicated.
You have water.
Okay,
What's
so-
complicated about water?
Okay, so basically, there's a few different things that can happen to me. So I can what's the word for drowning in air?
Suffocate.
Suffocating.
Yes. Okay. So if I if I suffocate in my axolotl form, then I turn human. And if I drown in my human form, then I go back to being axolotl. And
What kind of
there's
a
another.
trigger is that?
That's kind of dark, bro.
It's
Like,
probably
what's
because I drown. So the
what's
trigger is
dark-
I drown in a boating accident.
So is it
drowning would
like your brain
make
being
me-
like, oh shit, he doing the dying thing, yo, we should fix that.
Yeah, we can fix that.
So are you just like a really
But
complicated?
I can die any other way.
Wait, so
Just-
are you like a
just can't kill
complicated
me.
octopus in that sense?
Pretty much.
Because octopus,
Octopus.
like octopi, they like. Don't ask how I know this. They can change their DNA so it's accustomed to the temperature of the water. So let's
Speaking
say
from
they like
cartoon experience.
maybe like let's say they're in like a hot environment under the sea. The water's hot, right?
Under
They
the
can
sea.
change and like they're normally in a cold environment. They can essentially change their DNA so it's accustomed to the heat. Is that what
So
you
yeah,
do?
that's kind of what I do, but like
But,
I'm
like,
accustomed to like.
Accustomed to
Okay, so
swimming.
I can die any other way, but let's say someone
Are
to
you talking
drown
from
me.
experience? Have you died before?
Technically, yes.
Damn, bro.
Hey.
So if someone tried to drown me, it obviously wouldn't work. I just come back and be like, so what were you doing again?
Wow.
Essentially.
Right.
And then
also,
I sleep.
Oh, that reminds me. So, Pyro, you didn't really explain what frostburn is. You just said it. So,
Oh yeah, you should. Yeah,
why don't you explain?
I have more to say, but you should explain yours because I'm interested.
Sure. The book I mentioned earlier is just it's not the power itself, as I said. It's something that amplifies the original power and makes it more complex. So from that book I can unleash more like spells and stuff, which is more. So, for example, I can create a bow out of like ice and stuff, and then use that for my own purposes. But the original power is just it's nothing too complex. It's just the ability to like manifest ice and flame, but like they have different properties. So the flame has the properties of freezing, and the ice has properties of burning, I suppose.
And I will forever bring this
it
up.
is called
I will forever bring this
frostburn.
up until you can answer this. So let's say it's a campfire, right? Would you use your fire or would you use your ice?
You know,
Because your fire has the properties of freezing, but your ice has the properties of, cold. But it's ice. Would the ice warm you up, or would the ice make you feel cold?
The ice would warm you up, but it's not. It would make you. The ice would make you feel hot, but it wouldn't actually make you hot.
Oh, okay.
So, but then, based on like basic placebo knowledge,
the way you interpret
the fire would.
It's different how you actually feel the temperature.
Yeah, but then let's say with the fire, right? It makes you feel cold, but you're actually warm. In that sense, your brain is thinking that you're cold, in a sense, making you think you would have a placebo of having hypothermia, so you wouldn't actually feel hot at all. So your fire is useless to warming people up. Got it. Thank you.
Well,
you wouldn't actually get hypothermia though.
No, but that's the thing. That's what the placebo effect is. If your brain thinks it's real, it's real. So if your brain thinks, "Oh fuck, it's cold enough to get hypothermia," you're basically getting hypothermia.
Hallucination.
No, it's the placebo.
No, I'm not talking about placebo, but hallucination. Like your brain can make you think and see stuff.
But that's literally what placebo is.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway. Well, with all that being said, we just got a basic idea about who you are and like what backgrounds we have, what goals we aspire to do. But like, if we were to take our concept and like apply, and we were shifted into like a side character, like say we were meant to just support the like another person aside from ourselves. Like, would you be okay with that?
Yeah, definitely.
I guess. Yeah, that could work.
As long as I can still figure out.
I don't do
as long
much.
As I can still figure out the memories of the Phantom King in some way, shape, or form, and figure out why I've been given it. I
like to have importance, but as long as I play a purpose and a solid one at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind just helping people, being a side character to someone, helping them out. Simple as.
I feel as though
you say that because you just get called a protagonist without that.
Yeah, I don't really do much.
No, I don't like. I hate being called the protagonist. It's like, it's almost like I don't want to be the protagonist of my own story, but I'm basically the protagonist of my own story, and I can tell them the protagonist of my own story. But I don't like being the protagonist of my own story because the amount of pressure, the amount of pressure and expectations people have of you because you're the protagonist, it's the worst. It doesn't work.
I'd rather not.
At least you don't have a protagonist, but have a personality test where you literally called but protagonist.
Yeah, definitely not.
I think I'm actually doing one day. So you know what? Just do it for fun. End up being protagonist. Okay, good job. Oh, I can give you more jobs, huh?
Yeah, that's a shame. You got Hokage level work.
Yeah. I mean, but you know, I'm okay with it.
Oh, we appreciate you for it, bud.
Thanks.
We love you, Bard.
I appreciate y'all too. Man. Well, in any case, like, I mean, well, in any case, I mean, I also like with thinking this year reflection, man. Like one thing I do, well, me as number two, what I really
No,
would
the number
like,
2.
what we would like to do is pretty much just to hopefully just time to hold my skills and try to make sure. Well, actually, let me rephrase this. Do you think like back during I know that we go to these worlds, you know, like say like when I come to Luigi to the Zelda world when you're done Breath of the Wild and like when Pyro was going through Earthbound, but I know you haven't gone through a lot of
Pyro's
them.
going through Earthbound?
Yeah,
Pyro's in
yeah.
Earthbound.
Let's say Pyro's going through. Yeah, so like, so
what can I be? Subnautica? Fuck.
yeah, sure.
Yeah, bro, you'd be godlike. You'd be godlike in Subnautica.
I would, because they can't kill me. I wouldn't be able to do anything. I'd be scarier than the Leviathan.
Not the what about Cthulhu? Could you ever beat Cthulhu?
I'm
The Loch Ness monster.
Cthulhu. I fought Cthulhu. It did not end well for Cthulhu.
Anyway, do you think like these like so technically as you go to these worlds like we know they have their own like own like main characters, but like mostly when we go to these worlds, I see ourselves as like the protagonists of those worlds. The main characters of those stories. Do you think?
I see myself as a side character from that. Anyway,
I see myself as an enemy.
Well,
or the best friend. One of the two.
Let's make sure. Let's hope like, you're not my enemy, so you don't see the reverse end on my blade.
Oh shit!
Yeah. So, Bod, what's the actual question then?
Yeah. Do you think that like and like all these background characters, people that don't put out much are worth in stories in our story?
Warren.
Well, I'd say they have worth, but in their own kind of way. But this with what you just said, that also brings me to a question that I've been wondering since we've been going to different worlds.
Yeah.
So surely by us entering that world at a specific point in time, with them being there as the main characters, and then we're entering the story, surely that just opens up the opportunity to multiverse theory, meaning that when we enter the world, it branches out into an entirely different timeline because we have entered it. No?
Possibly.
Am I crazy for thinking that?
Types of things we're yet to figure out. We need to like interrogate Lumia for this type of stuff.
Yeah. Let me just dump us into this like situation, hadn't explained a lot. Just say, "Oh yeah, go have fun."
Surely we're making a whole new timeline right there because, yeah, right. I'm not crazy for thinking this, am I?
I just hope it doesn't come back and bite us.
Put it in the comments. Put it in the comments. Are we making a new timeline by entering these worlds?
Yeah, it's supposed to be gaming.
In a way, you can maybe say you are. But
yeah, because like when we go to these different worlds, we're entering like there are worlds like continuity, and like with us being there, it kind of shifts a bit because we are like a different factor that just those like that make things either easier or like harder for the people that already live there in that universe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we have any more questions for us?
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Jack, where's Neko? I thought she would have been here by now with the snacks.
Yeah. She forgot the ice cream bar, so I told her to go back.
No, last time I heard from her, she was busy ordering bulk in mints.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
She wanted to get Tic Tacs.
No, the mints.
Oh yeah, we haven't discussed Neko because I think I was in the conversation with her the other day and realized, I feel like you could become a protagonist.
Yeah,
but if you like it.
But knowing that, I've asked Neko before in what she did in her past. Yeah, Neko really had the most basic life out of all of us. Had a simple life on a planet I think named Okena, and then was sent
Yeah.
to Earth on the age of 16, for whatever reason.
She's lucky. I died.
Yeah,
No,
and
you
then
didn't.
she just lived a life as a cat girl on Earth. No one really questioned it. She was also has a dagger, I think.
I guess that's how she fights.
Oh, at least it's not named the
dagger.
Cataclysma.
With a
No.
knife. A knife.
Yeah, I think also like for I think I tried to sketch about his backstory like much, but he hasn't spoken much about it. I think that that's kind of like personal for him for the time being. So I'm still trying to work that out.
Yeah, but like, where are the fucking snacks though?
Yeah, and we will probably honestly, I don't think we're getting any of these snacks.
I think we should. I think we should like order a pizza.
Yeah,
You better be paying. You're the one paying.
If I'm paying, I'm putting squid on it. I love the taste of squid.
No.
Whoa! You put squid on pizza?
Don't ask why. I hate them.
Okay.
Yeah, wait.
It's a new
Squid.
It's a new kind of thing, right? But I'd be willing to try it out, honestly.
Yes.
Is it like fried
How about
squid?
How about this? It's Japanese. It's Japanese style.
Okay,
So it tastes better.
I'm curious on it though, like, cause like wait, are we getting like a proper pizza or are we going like a Domino's pizza?
Let's say half cheese.
No, but like, are we getting are we getting this from like a proper Italian or are we just getting like Domino's?
You know, that's a good. Yo,
wait, Pyre, what do you
look, go on Google Maps.
Like, are we going on?
Open it up.
We don't need to go on Google Maps, sir. We could just go to a world and order it from there. Simple as.
Oh yeah. You know what? Let's go to JoJo's. I heard they got the good.
We're going to Morio. To Morio.
Yes. Yeah, let's go to Morio. They got that. They got
you
that.
You guys good to go to Morio after this recording?
Joe.
Yeah, I'm down.
Anyway.
Good to go where now?
Morio.
We finna go to Morio and eat that
authentic Italian food.
Italian food depends what it is. Carbonara, I'll take it.
No. Like this guy does all of it. Good
He does
pizza,
everything.
spaghetti, lasagna, all of it.
I'll take some kind of pasta.
Tortellini, all of it.
Anyway, I think that.
Anyway, what? Okay, what? Okay, where were we at?
Well, I think we are at the end because we are clearly hungry.
Yeah.
I'm clearly hungry.
Yeah, so for the
Yeah,
I mean, I just had...
But like, cause like, okay, I feel like did we find our answer? Cause like,
of who? Yeah,
like,
we didn't quite answer the main question of. Well, we did. Who is the protagonist?
I think. Okay.
But
honestly,
honestly, I'm thinking out of all of us, we're all the protagonists in that sense. But also, let's be real here though.
Yeah.
Let's just go to Mario. Come on, we let's go.
Yeah, let's get some.
Let's balance.
Who is the protagonist?
But like, yeah. Wait. Do we need an outro?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Who wants to do it? Who wants to do it?
I mean, I'm leading the discussion, but I also like finish it.
Yeah, come on, Nolan, number 2.
Yeah,
number 2.
Yo, thank you for coming around for the ASHO podcast. This is pretty much like one of many where we hope to do where we can just kind of talk to our characters and again Deb and probably just meet other people that we bring into this realm and hopefully not get in trouble with Lumia as we did this without their consent.
Yeah. Oh no! Bard,
we'll be fine.
Bard, you 6 feet under.
Fine.
Oh, rest in peace, Bard. Rest in peace.
No,
He might not be here for the next recording.
Yeah, probably not.
Jackie
we'll start planning.
Jackie got it.
Well, what do you mean I got it?
To Mario.
He got it.